What's up, boys and girls? JD here with the next episode of JD Plays Project Ozone 2 Kappa mode. And I've been doing some stuff, been doing lots of stuff. I've been kind of reorganizing some things. The Vibrant Capacitor Bank is almost up to that 500 million RF position. Almost got that bad boy full. I'm probably going to start sneezing in just a minute. I'm not sure why. But I have made a second redstone furnace. Here comes a sneeze, excuse me. I have made a second redstone furnace, and I have set up kind of an intricate system. So, as you can see down here, we have the harvester, which harvests the wheat. The harvester sticks the wheat into a 40K holding reinforced cache. That gets pulled out and put into multiple auto crafting tables, which I've shown you guys in the past, which is turning the wheat into flour. The conduits, both power and item conduits, are pulling and pushing power. We pull the wheat into here. Wheat gets pulled out of here into the redstone furnaces and get cooked into bread. This one is running a trivection chamber to double the amount of bread we get from our flour. It is then pushed from this via its built-in configuration. We push out the orange side, and it is accepted into this through the blue sides to put the bread into here, which is then cooked into toast. Toast is then pulled out of here and stored into this 40K bucket again. And there are attachments from the 40K bucket that go into the current culinary generator, keeping it stocked with food. We still have our lava generator going right here. I'll probably actually end up making another lava generator as well as another culinary generator soon. 1 second, I have to respond to someone. Just to kind of up our overall, power capabilities. And I do have some other power sources that I want to look into. We're going to look at a lot of different power systems as we go through here. Now, currently, I've got this guy sitting here because as I burn things in this oven, I just want somewhere for it to spit out. I'm going to change that soon. I've also got my sawmill set up right here. Just kind of the same things there as a matter of convenience. I smelted down a whole bunch of ore recently. I still have a whole bunch more ore to smelt down inside of this chest right here. Got bunches of aluminum, a lot of osmium. We've got some platinum. Let's actually get that platinum done now. Let's get this 10 as well. That's 10. Some nickel, aluminum, titanium, silver we could probably use. So yeah, let's throw a bunch of this stuff in here real quick. We'll start off with the plat, then the 10, then the silver. All right. So, what are we going to talk about today? I don't think I've updated my to-do list. In fact, I think Betania. Yeah, we started Betania last time, guys. We started with just some very basic stuff. We're going to talk about Betania more right now. And I don't know what all we're going to do outside of Betania for this episode yet. I haven't really pre-planned anything. I've been very busy for the past few days. So if you noticed, I missed a video, I think on Thursday. It was a Thursday. I either missed a video on Wednesday and Friday, or I missed it on Thursday and some other day. I'm not sure, but I missed getting a couple of videos out just because I've been very busy. Got family members having birthdays and things like that. So check it out. I've begun growing quite a bit of stuff out here. Now we're going to talk about how all these things come, where they come from, but I now have every flower for Betania ready to go. Okay. Now this patch right here, this is going to be, we're going to call this our basic patch. Okay. So we started off and I made white on camera for you guys. And if you notice, these are now 10, 10, 10 whites. I can't remember if I made blue the first time or not, but this is blue, red, black, and yellow. These are all 10, 10, 10s. And these are separated from the rest because these are what we're going to call our pure breed flowers. And I'm going to show you why real quick. So to make this white flower seed, we needed to combine daisies and white tulips, which I've kept all of the non-Betania flowers right down here. Okay. So it took daisy and tulips to make the white. To get to the blue, we needed, we needed allium and blue orchid. So also 2 normal flowers. And keep in mind, these always have to be done over podzol. So podzol right here. To get podzol, of course, it's spruce leaves around dirt. To get to the red, we needed red tulip and poppy seeds. To get to yellow, we needed, and I did it again, orange tulip and dandelion. And then to get to black, and this is the last of the pure breeds, we needed cactus seeds. Actually, this was the first of the hybrids. I lied. This is the first hybrid. So these 4 are your pure breeds. And then you get to black. And black is the first hybrid. And black is used, or is gotten by combining cactus seeds with mystical blue flower seeds. Now, how do you get cactus seeds? Well, cactus seeds are something you're going to get by combining sugar cane and poppy, or you can get them from ex nihilo by excavating sand, and you can just turn them in directly into these cactus seeds. Okay, so black was our first hybrid. Now, let's go ahead and grab these out again for just a second. I'm going to show you guys something. To get each of the other flowers, right, take some combination of these flowers. So, for example, to get black, oh, that's why I included black, because it didn't take two of these seeds. It took an external seed and an internal. But for the rest of these, let's look at them real quick. So, for red, it is used to make two other flower combinations. If we take red and yellow, we get orange. And here's orange right here. Okay. The other seed that or combo that it's a part of is magenta. You take blue and red and you get magenta. And that's going to be sitting right back here. So we crossed red and blue and we got magenta. Now, if we cross blue and magenta, we get purple. If we cross blue and yellow, we get green. If we cross green and blue, we get cyan. And if we cross blue and white, we get light blue. If we cross white and purple, we get pink. And if we cross, why is that there? I'm not sure why that's there. We'll have to come back to that. If we cross black and white, we get gray. If we cross white and green, we get lime. Okay? And then for brown, you take purple and green and get brown. I'm not sure how that one adds up, but I'm okay with it. So this is, as far as I'm aware, this is all of our Betania seeds and all of the seed combinations. Now, not all of them are 10, 10, 10s. I did take these up to 10, 10, 10 first, and the reason for it is this. So let me put these seeds back right quick. That's a 10. That's a 10. These are all 10s right here. Oops, that's not the right spot for you. I'm sorry. And this is a 10. Now, I've also got 10s in gray right here and in orange. But everything else, so for example, these purples, these are not 10s. Okay, so let's grab this purple. This magenta, that's not a 10. And I'm actually just going to go through here and clean up all of these seeds. I just need to make enough room in my inventory to do it. So let's do, how much room do I have in my backpack right now? That'll work. We'll just stick a bunch of stuff in here and I'll clean it up later. Now I'm gonna be very outright with you and forthcoming. Planting seeds and growing things through agricraft are a big part of this pack. And they're a big part of most packs that they're in, to be honest. Depending on what mods are added, if agricraft's in the game, farming can take you a long, long way. Okay? It's going to get you a lot more items than you might have, previously realized were capable of being gotten with farming. And I'm putting those in the wrong spots. In fact, I don't even have enough spots. I'm going to have to make more drawers. All right, let's ID some of these seeds for a second, okay? Now that we know that these are 10, 10, 10s, let's put those away. Let's put away any seed that we know we've already got a spot for and just be done with that, okay? So we'll come through here and we'll say whites go away, blues, reds, yellows, blacks. Also, I'll put away any petals for those colors that we got. Now, I don't even have to do it there. I could just be doing it here. I added a drawer controller right here just to make this whole inventory system a little bit stronger. Let's come back. Let's get the rest of these flowers scooped up for a minute. We don't need these anymore. Okay. Pink was a new one that we picked up. That's good. Orange, we've got a spot on the wall for you. Gray, we've got a spot on the wall for you. We'll just come over here, slam our fist into this guy again. Should clear out our inventory. Yep, cool. Okay, this. Now, during the process of me leveling up all these flowers, I've also gone ahead and leveled up my soybeans because they're going to be very important to me soon. And these guys are sitting at 10, 10, 10s now. So that's nice. We were able to grow soybean with some rapidity. And because I showed you guys last time, soybean can be used for making meats as well as cheese. And it will help us to make a lot of cooking recipes. And since we're running culinary generators, the better we get at cooking recipes, the better off we are overall. All right. So let's fist slam this again right quick. Let's go get a couple of more shelves made. Drawers real quick. I've been slowly kind of increasing my drawer capacity for right now because it's working as a decent inventory system. It's not bad at all. I actually am enjoying using drawers much more this time than I have in the past. I used to be very much not a fan of drawers. I am enjoying them better this time around. They seem to not be causing me quite as much performance issues as they have in the past, and that's kind of cool. So very quickly, we're just going to drop this stuff in here, get our cross pad in there, and that'll give us 4 more double drawers. And eventually, as you can see, I've begun adding some bigger upgrades to some of these. Like right here, I've got, let me get an open hand on this right quick. I've got 2 13 times upgrades on this. So this guy can now hold up to 208 stacks of items. That's because I'm getting a lot of iron now. I did a heavy nether metal run. And so my most popular metals I'm putting right here. I'm probably going to have to reorganize these drawers a bit down the road, but that's okay. All right, so where do I want to stick these new drawers in that we got? I want to kind of keep my Betania flowers kind of in the same area if I can. So there's one. We'll put that one there. You know, I think I'm going to drop this tank out. We don't really use this tank too much, and it's kind of in my way. All right, there's one, and there's one. Perfect. That's looking good. Nice big flowering shelf. All right, so we can go through here now and throw our different colors of leaves or petals up to here and get them stored. That should be bueno. All right, cool. So now we just match them up with well, we can't match up the seed yet. We need to ID these seeds. All right. So what's going to be interesting is some of these seeds, like where's magenta? I am expecting this magenta seed to come out as a pair of 555s. Let's look and see. And it is a 555. So why is it a 555? Well, if you remember, the recipe for magenta was a blue and a red. And both my blue and my red were 10-10-10s. So when you breed 2 plants together, it's going to take their eye level, or not their eye level, I'm thinking, wow, their current growth levels, and it's going to divide it, you know, add them together and divide that in half because it's a new plant being made. And so because they were both 10-10-10s, it gave me back 555s. So for the magenta, we're good. You know, we get these 555 seeds. Where'd those go? Did I leave them in there? No, we'll pull them out. Right. All right, so this is magenta petals, right? Yeah, so we'll put our seed right there. All right, now this pink, what was pink made with? Pink is made with purple and white. Now, where's my purple? My purple is made with blue and magenta. So I expect this to be lower. Let's take a look. I expect this to be like 2s or 3s. Oh, it's 4s. It's better than I anticipated. That's cool. I'll take that. That's not bad. Actually, I'm going to move these pinks and these greens. We're going to swap them. I'm going to put the pink with the magenta. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to put the green beside. I'm going to try to kind of sort of color coordinate this a little bit, maybe. You know, like that. That works better for me. I like that. All right, let's check out pink. What do we get on the pink? And we'll most likely end up going back in some time. There's a 333. Now let's look at 333. The purple was down to a 444. That's why. So anytime we had to combine things that weren't 10-10-10s, it's going to step us down. But the advantage is at least we're not starting with nothing but flat 1s. You get what I'm saying? So that gives us an advantage overall in growing these crops and getting them up to the higher levels quicker. And that's nice. That's very nice. 323. That was kind of sad. 212. Yikes. Oh, because it came from 2 hybrids, both of which were low level. And 555. Cool. All right, so let's put our pink up, and then let's pull these down real quick. All right, so what do we got here? We got mystical light blue. That should be you, right? Oh, light blue. Yep. Okay, and then this is cyan. That goes there. Cool. What is this? This is green, just pure green. That's here. Okay, and then this is brown. Where we got brown? Go, and then there's lime. And light gray. Where'd my light gray seed go? Oh, right here. It's like I'm missing one. All right, so there's all of our Betania flowers done. Here's a bunch of our regular flowers done. Now you'll notice that some of them, for example, I think this is a daisy and a white tulip. They're going to give the same color of dyes. Okay. That's okay. That's not that big a deal. But we have all of our Betania flowers ready to go, so we're able to start doing things with Betania. We're going to be doing some of that in this episode. Now, we've got a couple of other interesting seeds that I've gotten done in the process. You know, so I've got these cactus seeds here. Along the way, we made some sugar canes. I showed you that. But look at this. What is this right here? This is a seed called a redstone. I can't say it. Redstodendron. Okay, they look like this right here. You get it by crossing a red tulip with a daisy, but there's a trick to it. Under each of these right here, under each of these pieces of dirt, there is a block of redstone ore. You get that block of redstone ore by taking nether redstone and cooking it in a furnace, and you'll get the ore back. So, uh-oh, is my tank empty? My sprinkler's not turning. Why? What happened? Taking off that tank. Oh, I know what happened. We need to change that. Okay, hold on. Let me see if. Now check this out. I've got these lovely little levers. I can lock these things, right? And I can keep water from flowing through into my system. And that's going to give this guy a chance to fill up. So if I do that and I open this, can he keep up now? He can't. All right, so we need to think about that for a second. I may have just messed up my farming, right? Well, there's a way to fix this. So let's take this. Let's make a couple of new tanks. I don't want to make them out of that. It's not the right wood. If I do a mix, what happens? Nothing. You can't mix them. Okay. We'll just take these and we'll do it like this then. Give me another one of these. We only need one more, I think. I think we'll be okay with that. All right, so let's take these. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually increase the overall size, the capacity of the entire tank this direction. So now this whole big thing is 1 instead of breaking it into 2 like it was doing. And now we're okay again. It had set the 2 tanks as 8,000 and 8,000 because they weren't connected any longer. But by adding that on there, it's combined it into, it considers this now one single tank that holds 32K. So now my sprinklers are going again. All right, so let's go ahead and, there we go. Now that's irrigated. So I can technically come in here. Let's go ahead and put these back. Actually, I have another one, so I don't have to. But I can come in here now, and I can clip these, right? Where's my little, oh, they're in here. Oh, I thought they were in here. I don't know where my clippers have gone. I'm sad now. Probably stuck them on the wall somewhere. There they are. I'm just stupid. It happens, yeah. So I can clip these, like this one right here, and get the usual clippings, right? And I can plant them. I don't really want to use the clippings from that one, to be honest. I didn't think about it until after I did it. Those are kind of weak. Those were like my very first breed. What do I get from these? Well, if you right click it, you're going to get to harvest redstone. So I can now grow redstone, okay? And there are actually a lot of different crops out there that you can grow, and you're going to be able to grow them and fertilize them and everything else just like you would anything else that I've shown you with AgriCraft. So I can fertilize this and get it up, and there we go. Now I've got more redstone. I can crossbreed it to try to get a stronger plant. You know, this guy's a 122, so is this because it was a clipping from him that grew. And if we look down here at the bottom of the AgriCraft, I just type in the search box, you can see all the different seeds you can get, right? Here's all the magical flowers from Betania. Here's all of your normal flowers. Here's sugarcane, carrot, cactus, mushroom spores, potatoes. But then you get into these right here. Emerald nuggets. What? Well, we can grow emerald nuggets from amaryllis seeds. So here those are. How do you get amaryllis seeds? Well, we combine redstonodrone and ferranium seeds. What do you think ferranium seeds give? I'll tell you right now. This gives emeralds, obviously. This gives iron. We get ferranium seeds from white tulip seeds crossed with lavender seeds. Well, how do we get lavender? Lavender is just blue orchid crossed with pink tulip. We have those. So a lot of these different seeds right here we can make already. You've got, you know, aura gold for gold. You've got ferranium for iron, diamalia for diamonds, lavender for lapis, emeralds, redstones, niter wart. I'm sure that's going to give niter. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty positive about that. Might give glowstone, actually, now that I look at what's below it. Usually whatever ore exists below it is what you're going to be getting in terms of the output. You know, this is showing nether quartz, so we're going to get quartzithium seeds. Prosia is going to give copper. Tin. This gives lead. Silverweed is going to give silver. I think this is aluminum. Nickel, platinum, osmium, and then nether stars, which obviously those are going to require much more difficulty to create. And then the carrot seeds are used for some very special recipes. We're not going to get into all that right now. But AgriCraft will take you a very, very long way. Getting good at AgriCraft is going to be very important to your success in any pack that it's involved in because it opens tons and tons of doors. All right. So last time we started on Betania, we got the apothecary made. We planted our first flowers. Since then, like I said, I've made all the other flowers right here and petals that we're going to need to do Betania. Let's grab the book. Boom. Let's see what we need to do with the book. All right, so basics and mechanics. Let's take a look here. We'll start with, no, we don't want to do this. Let's go back on that. Oh no, we'll do this. That's fine. We'll skip through a couple pages. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe not. All right, we'll just go to garden glass. That's fine. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so if it told us how to make this. We know that this is disabled in Kappa mode. That's why we had to crossbreed all of our flowers. No big deal. It tells us that we can make cobble. We already know how to make cobble. We don't need that. All right. So mana usage is telling us that if we were to drop a bale of hay into a mana pool, we could get sugar cane. It's telling us that if we take, magma cream and water, we can get slime balls. That's cool. There's lots of things that it's going to tell us, but we're going to kind of just do what I've been doing and go about this kind of my own way. Now, I'm probably going to get stuck at times, but, it'll be fun anyways. So let's take a look at Betania. Now, I know that I have my petal apothecary, and I know that the next thing that I'd like to probably get to is a mana pool. And to get to a mana pool, I know I need living rock. How do I get to living rock? Well, usually to get living rock, we need to do something with a special flower. So let's come back to this real quick. And I think we can do it. I forget where this recipe is. Pure daisy, that's it. All right, so a pure daisy, if you put it in the middle of some wooden logs and some stone and wait a little bit, it's going to change it. And it's going to change it into the pure rock and the living wood that we need. So the question is, how do we get a pure daisy? Let's find that real quick. So here's a pure daisy. What's the recipe? Well, if we were to do the quest, we'd get it right here. But I know that we can make it a petal apothecary by throwing in 4 mystical white petals. And usually there's another step involved. And we're going to find out if that step exists right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could just come here and Q, 2, 3, 4. Now you notice what it says. It's ready to go. There's the check mark. It's going to give us a daisy, but it says plus a seed. Almost any type of recipe you try to do in Botania is going to require wheat seeds. That sucks, right? Well, not really, because, I've got wheat for days right here. I can just put this in here and pull out all the wheat seeds I want. So no stress. That's another reason we went after wheat so early. Boom, it's done. Magic. What do we get? We got a pure daisy. Awesome. What are we going to do with it? Well, we're going to take it right over here to this little spot of dirt that I've got. And we're going to drop it. Right there, just like that. So now, let's go get some wood and some stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're probably going to want more than one of these pure daisies. Because we're going to need... I got one too many wood. That's okay. We're going to need a lot of this stuff. So, 7, 8. All right. Let's go ahead and just, while we're already at it, let's go ahead and make another one. But wait, the water's gone. That sucks. What am I going to do about that? Well, you got to remember, I've got an infinite water source right there. So that's not that big a deal to me. All we need is a bucket. We can just grab a bucket of water, throw it in there. We're good. That I know of, and I don't know if this has been changed. I'll look into it a bit later. In the past, you could never automate filling the apothecary back up with water. You had to do it by hand. I'm pretty sure that's still the case, but I'll look into it to make sure. So now we've got a second pure daisy, but we're going to need a little piece of dirt, right? Do I have some dirt on me? I think I do. Let's see. Yeah, there's a piece of dirt. Cool. Yeah, let's get my pick. I don't remember if I let you guys know, but I made a new pick. So I've always had a silky touch pick, but I wanted one that was indestructible. So I made a new one with a manulin head. The usual way that I've put the modifiers on it. I've already begun leveling it up. It's nasty. I now have an unbreakable silky pick and an unbreakable fortune pick. So, whatever the case calls for, I can handle it. So how do we use these little beautiful flowers? Well, let's get our second piece of dirt down. Okay. Get that down there. Beautiful. Got a little gap between them. That's nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We'll have to find a new place for our torch because we don't want things spawning down here. So we'll put wood around this first one, and I'll actually put a piece of wood even on top of it. There we go. And we'll take some stone around this one. And now it's just a matter of waiting a second, okay? No big deal. Let's check the light levels while we're waiting. So that's not good. We don't want the light to be like that. Let's put a torch, let's put one here. Does that get rid of basically everything? Almost. But another one there. That's good enough. Now, if you notice, these torches, they put out a light level of 13, okay? On the tile they're on, it's 14, but they themselves do a light level of 13. If you take a pumpkin and stick the torch inside of it, it puts out a light level of 14. It's a little stronger. So they're actually a little bit brighter light source than your basic torch. Keep that in mind. May need that. Now you can barely see a little bit of particle effect. I've turned most of my particle effects off. Let me see if I can. So you can see a lot more if you have them all on. But my armor is very, look, it's changing. My armor is very annoying. So I don't really like to have particle effects on because my armor annoys the piss out of me when I have particle effects running. Now this one's changing. The flashing you see in the background is because my night vision is beginning to wear off. I know that there's a mod out there that I could get that would disable all particle effects, but I don't really need the particle effects. They're kind of pointless to me, so I just leave them on minimal. All right, so right here we've got some living rock, and right here we've got some living wood. Nice. Let's chop that up. Let's get it out of there right quick. And then same thing. Let's go ahead and get this stuff. Beautiful. All right, so 8 living rock, some living wood. What do we want to do with this stuff? Well, do I have any actual... Here, I know what we'll do. We'll just run right over here. Whoop. Throw that in there. Look, it's almost full, boys and girls. 50 million RF to go. Like a boss. Alright, so let's grab this, put it like so. Now, how I usually would go about setting this whole thing up, and it's going to be dangerous, but I'm going to try something. Probably going to die and make myself look like a fool on camera. Alright, so we're just going to jump off of here, and we're going to walk right back over to here. Actually, hold on, we can't. I got to go into my inventory. I'm going to need this right here. That's good enough. I believe that the, I'm on the wrong piece here. That works. I believe that my petal apothecary is right here. Is that it? That's it. All right, cool. So I'm actually going to break this block, and I'm going to put this table. I did it again. We'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to put this table down right here. And then I'm going to come to this, and I'm actually going to put a slab under this and under this. And I'll show you why in just a second. I'm also going to do the same thing right here under these guys, just so that if I ever need to pick them up, they're not going to fall straight through the ground. It would honestly probably be a good idea to do it to both those two flowers, but I'll do that at a later time. And the way I'm doing this, by the way, is of course using my ability to sneak in the air. Okay. Now eventually this is going to be too small of an area to do Betania. I'm going to need to build its own little area to work with it, but for now this will work. So you can see right now why I'm doing this. By putting that in the floor and putting this in the floor, it just makes it a little easier to work with everything. And I could go ahead and make myself, if I really wanted to, a and the reason I'm putting them in these last slots is because if you remember, Tinker's Construct tools allow you to use the item next to them by right-clicking without changing the tool. So I could do like this and throw this here and this here. Oh, come on. Why are you not giving me water? There you go. And now I have an infinite water supply that I can just dump straight into here. That is an option. If you didn't want to do the 4, you could do one here, and the middle one would be infinite. But then you can only pull out of the middle one. From here, I can pull out of any of them. And now I can just leave my bucket sitting here and always have a bucket ready to go for this. So, and then I've always got a crafting station right here. So what do I want to do with this stuff? Well, with the living wood, the first thing that I want to do is I want to make some living planks. And then with the living planks, I'm trying to remember exactly how we do this. Hang on. We're going to turn those living planks into something real quick. Actually, we may not do it like that. Let's see. We use this like, yes, I know about that. Man. All right, fine. Let's go to the Betania book. It's been a bit since I've done this. So what we're getting ready to make is a wand of the forest. Okay. To make a wand of the forest, we want these living wood twigs. Okay. How do we get to the living wood twigs? I believe that part is part of this. In which, yeah, you take 2 living wood. Oh, it's just living wood. I made living wood planks. That was not of me. We want this. And it's going to make us 1 stick per such and such, like so. And was it 3 of them or was it 2 of them? I can't remember. So we're making our wand of the forest here. It's 3 of them. All right, so we got to make 1 more of those. So I kind of screwed up big time by doing that with that living wood. Not the end of the world, though. We can easily make more with those pure daisies. All right, so now we need 2 petals. And really, it doesn't matter what 2 petals you grab. It's just whatever petals you like the color of, really, just to be perfectly honest. Before I start pulling petals off of here, let's use a key. Let's lock all these so that they are always going to retain that inventory is what is allowed to be placed there. Now remember, even if you lock it, if an inventory slot is open, you can still put something in there if you want. But no automated system can insert anything for you. You've got to be the one to put it in there. And that's a pretty good thing. All right, so I'm going to go with just one of the seeds that we have quite a few of, which is probably going to be blue or white. Let me take a look. Yeah, I got 105 white, 110 blue. Let's take 2 blue for now because I think I'm going to be using quite a bit of white here in the beginning. My nose is itching. All right, and there we go. We got a wand of the forest. Now, this is kind of our interaction tool with Betania. And here's the thing, is you can see this little green leaf on the bottom of it right here. And if you look down at the way my character is holding it in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you can just barely see there's a green leaf on it. There we go. You can kind of see it on there too. If I shift right-click, that green leaf leaves. Okay, even down here on the little icon, the green leaf is gone. And now it's back and now it's gone. That shows you what mode you're in. One is bind mode, one is function mode. And we'll talk about what that's for soon, but not yet. Okay. All right, so we've got our forest, our wand of the forest. We've got our petal apothecary. We've got these things. We need to be able to get to producing mana. The entire Betania system works off of mana production. And for that, we're going to need a few different things. Now, pure daisy, does it go into mana right back here? No. All right, hold up. Right here, mana pool. This is what we need. We need to be able to make a mana pool. For a mana pool, this is all you got to do. Okay, and that's why we made the living rock. So let's take this and just drop it in like so. And there we go. We get our first mana pool. Now I'm going to set my current mana pool just to sit right here. Beautiful. We'll need to move our bucket. It was in my way. We'll put our bucket on this wall. That's a fancy spot for it, right? I'll get a shelf or something and put it right here to make it easier to keep stuff in front of this. All right. So we've got this. We've got a mana pool. We're off and running with Betania. What do we do next? We need to get mana into this thing. Now we could make a diluted mana pool, but I don't think I want one of those right now. I think we're going to make one later for something special. We need to get mana. How are we going to get mana? Because mana is going to allow us to do all kinds of conversions, as you can see on the screen, right? Get to make mana powder and all kinds of cool stuff. Mana cookies, what? Biscuit of totality, nice. All right, so we need some kind of flower that's going to produce mana. And that's where these things come in. There's a lot of different forms of flowers. So, for example, day bloom is probably one of the earliest ones you're going to want to look at. And it produces mana during the day. There is a brother to the day bloom. Let's see if it talks about it here. It's called the nightshade. Right down here. Day blooms and nightshade each produce mana passively. If it's daytime, the day bloom will produce. If it's nighttime, the nightshade will produce. So these are probably the first 2 flowers we kind of want to look at. For a nightshade, and you can hold shift to stop the animation of it moving around so that you can mouse over it and see what you need to see. And I don't remember if they can do it inside of a closed building or not. It's been a long time since I've done Betania. We're going to find out though. So for nightshade, we need a gray petal, a purple petal, and 2 blacks. Okay, we could do that. What is it for day bloom? For day bloom, we need light blue, orange, and a couple of yellow. Okay, well, let's see how we're doing on those. For light blue, we have 2. Man. All right, let's take both of them. Let's get ourselves a couple of orange, and then I think it was 2 yellow. Is that right? Let's look. 2 yellow. We're going to make 2 of these. Oh, I don't want 64. just want that. All right, let's throw 2. And as you can see, this is why I have the petal apothecary put down. It just makes it easier to work with. All right, it says it's ready. It just needs some seeds. We've got seeds on us. Let's do it. Boom. All right, let's do it again. Oh, we're out of water. Can't do anything without the water. Let's get some water. Bit of water. There we go. And 1, 2. And you don't have to put the seeds in last. You can, actually you do, I'm sorry. Keep forgetting about that. So petals are in, seed. There's that. All right, now for the nightshade, we're going to go ahead and at least make 1. We may make 2 of these as well, just so that it produces, you know, more power at a steady rate. We would want blacks, grays, and purple. All right, let's take a look. What do we got here? Purple. All right, here's a purple. We got, how many of these do we have? Purple, we got 4. All right, let's take 2 of these. Gray, how many gray do we have? Gray, we've got 2 of those. No, we got a bunch of gray. We got like 90 gray. We're good. Black, we're good on these 2. And the thing is that it doesn't matter. There's no kind of quality to petals. So really, the only thing you're building up your, whoops, I think it's shift right click. Yeah, if you shift right click, as you can see, I put in 2 purples there. We don't need 2 purples. So an open hand, shift right click, and you'll pull the last thing you put in out. Growing these things to 10, 10, 10s is just to produce more of these seeds per flower, you know, per crop. That's the advantage of it. Just so you don't have to farm it quite as often. And once you can grow them all, producing whatever flowers you want becomes a lot easier. So it's just really nice. All right, so there we go. We got some stuff going on. We need some dirt. Do I have any made? Or do I need to make some? I can never remember if I've kept up with dirt production or not. Yeah, we got some made. Cool. All right, so let's get these bad boys planted. Now, here's my mana pool. And let's just do it right here. Why not? Just as good a spot as any, right? There's a trick with these flowers. You do not want 2 of the same passive mana producers side by side. You want to kind of offset them, okay? There's also rules about height and distance and all kinds of stuff. But we can see that this guy right here had a little particle effect. It's nighttime. These guys have particle effect strings. That means they are ready to produce mana. But we're not getting any mana. Why not? Because in order to move mana from a flower to something else, you need to use a special device. Let's come back to mana manipulation. What we need is this mana spreader right here. Okay? And it tells you there's lots of different, there's a whole series on doing things with mana spreaders. Okay, all we want to look at right now is what is the recipe. So to make a mana spreader, we need living wood times 7. And then a petal. All right, so let's go make some more living wood right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just make more of that because I know we're going to need a bunch of it. I'll need to make some more stone too here in a bit. So it's kind of up to you how many of these daisies and things you produce. I'm just going to use 2 for now. I may add some more in later, but you're going to get to a point where as long as you're passively doing this as you get time, you know, just run by, throw some more stuff around it, harvest it. You know, you don't have to focus on it too heavily. You're going to be able to keep up with what you need. It's just early on you're going to need a bit, and you're going to want to get it set up kind of quickly. So we'll give this a minute, and I'm going to grab a drink in the meantime. Oh. And by the way, thanks for watching the videos. Starting to get quite a few more views. You know, I've got Kazum talking to me pretty frequently now and leaving some comments on the videos. I greatly appreciate that. I enjoy getting to have that, you know, interchange and discussion over what's going on and what I'm doing. So please, by all means, if you're watching the videos, leave me a comment. You know, let me know what's going on. Let me know how I'm doing. That's the whole reason I like doing this, is to get involved with you guys. Same reason I lead guilds and WoW. I like that social interaction. All right, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. Boom. Go ahead and set down another round of stone on this guy. And let's do wood again here. All right, we'll come back and check on that in just a second. Let's grab a petal. I'm going to go with a blue petal again. The only reason I think I just grabbed 64 blue petals. The only reason I'm going with blue is because I have a lot of blue. Between blue and white, I did a lot. You know, they were my first two 10-10-10 crops. And, you know, so obviously I made a bunch of those. Is this planks and these planks? Yeah, okay. So what we want is this shape, and we're going to make 2 of these mana spreaders, okay? And we're going to use them, I promise. Put these back. I don't know why I keep doing that. I can just punch right here. Silly. All right, so mana spreader. All right, now, with our mana spreader, you kind of want to give it a little bit of height. You know, it doesn't have to be super high, but we're going to go about yay high. And I could put it right here, actually, and it would be fine. I'm going to just set it right here, though, for now. I might move that later. So what we want to do now is we want to get our Wand of the Forest. This is where this thing comes into play with the bind mode and function mode. So function mode, it shows what it's doing. You see that little beam shooting out of it? With bind mode, I can connect 2 things. I want this mana spreader to spread whatever mana it gets into this mana pool. So if I right-click this and right-click this, at least that's the way it's supposed to work. Oh, you got to shift right-click it. I'm sorry. It needs that glowing outline to be able to know you're binding it. And then we shift-click this. There we go. Now we can see it's doing what it's supposed to. Any mana that these flowers produce, it's going to shoot it into this mana pool. Okay? Now let's take a look. We can right-click. This guy is full of mana. The day blooms have no mana. I'm just right-clicking on them. You can see. Now the little red X means I am not currently bound to anything. Right? Okay, let's put it in bind mode. So let's shift-click it. It says, hey, I'm ready. Who am I binding to? Okay, I'm bound now. So you need to hook up whatever flower to whatever spreader you want to spread its mana from. There we go. Okay, now let's go back to function mode and let's right click. So now the mana is gone from these guys. This guy has picked it up and is trying to shoot it into here. It's very little amounts. It takes a long time. So you're going to want, you know, quite a few of these. And plus it's getting ready to become daytime, meaning we're kind of at the in-between state where neither of these are really producing mana. So we'll come back, and as soon as we get off the wand, we can no longer see that beam. But we've got mana being produced now. So while that starts to do some stuff for us, let's take a look in here at, you know, mana production. So generating flora. There are lots of different kinds. One of my favorites and one of the strongest early on is going to be this Endoflame. Endoflame burns things, okay? It cooks things. To get to that, we need mana powder. Then we just need brown petal, red petal, and gray petal. Well, how do we get mana powder? Let's look at that for a second. We saw that a minute ago, right? Mana powder. Right here. This is mana powder. To get mana powder, we just throw gunpowder or some other form of a powder into a mana pool that has a little mana in it. Look, we've got a little bit of mana. Right now, we've got our first little bit of mana. So if we come over right now, we can click on these guys. These day blooms are now producing mana, and it's going into this mana pool. So we have just a little bit right now. All right, so let's go get a powder. And let's test this. And you're going to find that this is how we interact a lot with Betania, right? We're going to take things that are in powder format. Let's do glowstone. I can get lots of glowstone out of the nether. Let's just toss this into the mana pool. Boom. Not enough mana right now. See, we can see that. Until that little red X right there becomes a green check mark, we do not have enough mana to perform the transmutation. So we need this thing to do more work for us. So what are our options? Well, obviously we could make more day blooms right here. And day bloom recipe, if you remember, is we're gonna need some more light blues and some oranges. I think light blue is what we were out of, right? Yeah, we don't have any day blooms right now. Any light blue. Now the thing is you don't want to become overly dependent upon these passive mana generators, because frankly they are limited in life cycle. They're only going to produce so much mana before they're going to die, and you're going to have to replace them. So you immediately want to get yourself to a point where you're going after, you know, a more productive and more long-term mana production. You can make a bunch of these in the beginning, and that's fine, and you know, just to kind of hurry things along and let them run their life cycle. But I would not invest too heavily in these. We got enough yet? Nope, not yet. All right. Let's go ahead and make 2 more day balloons. I think it's going to be 4 of these, right? And let's get some stuff out of my bags. Let's put wheat away. I probably can't do anything with that wheat for now. We'll just stick it in here. And then it was yellow we got, and then orange. Right? I think this is the flowers we want. Badoosh. Alright, so let's throw 1, 2, 3, 4, and I messed with the orange. Go and a seed, and a bucket of water, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a seed, and then we need a little dirte. So we'll do 1 here, and we'll do 1 here. Remember, they've got to be offset, right? So 1 there, and then pull out our wand. This guy, now when the mana spreader is there, look, he automatically bound himself. So he's good, and he's good. And you can mouse over and see it lit up right up here. We know which one it's bound to just by doing this, okay? So we don't have to bind those. They're producing for us right now. And I'm sure we have enough probably in the pool by now. Let's take a look. Nope, still going. All right, so we got a minute to wait. All right, so with the Endo Flame, that's one of the ones we're going to make soon. There's a lot of different ones. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can check these out, and some are a lot more powerful than others, okay? So take a look at those. But you now have the beginnings to getting started in Betania. It's just a matter of waiting on this. As far as this goes over here, now I had a wrench earlier that I kept clicking on. I've replaced my original wrench with this Yeta wrench. I'm going to show you why right quick. When you hold shift and you begin to scroll with this, it lets you scroll through different things. So right now, show me nothing. Right here, it shows everything, the little check mark, okay? The next one says, look, I'm only going to look for item conduit. I don't want to see any of the electrical or fluid piping when I'm looking at this one. Then it's going to say, okay, I only want to see fluid conduit. So all things else are going to disappear when I'm on that one. Next one is only show me power conduit. This would be for redstone. Now, what I want to do is I want to go back to the check mark and check it out. Right now, I have no way of interacting with these. Like if I right click on this guy, I can go in here and do things to him, right? I can change it to extract, insert, all kinds of stuff. But this one right here, I cannot do that because I can't see under the box. But if I shift left click that, it lets me choose. This pipe has the following connections. Which one are you wanting to work with? Well, I want to work with this upper one right here. And so now I'm actually working with the pipe that's up under the auto crafting table, and I can set up whatever I want to set with it. So the Yeta wrench is very nice. It's very simple. It's just 3 electrical steel and a basic gear. The basic gears, of course, sticks and stones. They don't break your bones. They make gears. And some electrical steel. And the electrical steel is just a matter of, in the alloy smelter, silicon, coal powder, and an iron ingot. So very easy to make. Let's come back over here and check on this mana. Still not there. We're working on it. We're getting there. It's going to get there someday. Was there something else that I wanted to bring up in this episode and talk to you guys about? I will most likely be setting up another vibrant capacitor bank soon once I get this one full. Because who doesn't want to have stored up 1,000,000 RF? I mean, I know I do. I'm probably also going to start to increase the size of our generators. I'm going to go to probably a second lava and a second culinary because, frankly, we can keep up with it. Now, the auto crafting tables kind of suck. So we're going to be looking pretty soon into making something called a crafter. Now, there are a couple of different ones of these crafters. One comes from Ender.io, and I think this is the one I'm going to start with first because it's very simple to make. In fact, I may be able to make that right now. Let's take a look at something. What does it take for that? All I would need is that, and that. I think I have all of that, actually. Fence. I have fence somewhere? Yes, I do. I have fence right here. I have 4 fences, as a matter of fact. And guess what? And this one, I think, yep, there's that. Okay, so we just need some steel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll come right over here. And let's put, I think this goes in the corners. And then this goes in a cross shape. And then we put this right here. And boom. Okay, we'll get that made real quick. Now, the Z-Logic circuit, right? Zombie heads. We didn't have many zombie heads, but if you want to take a look over here real quick, I've been getting a lot more heads. In fact, I'm up to 11 zombie heads. That is all thanks to... What did I do with it? I have somewhere a sword that I have made specifically for beheading things right here. I made a Manulan cleaver. Okay, now I made it with magic wood to begin with to make it unbreakable as always. And then I made it out of manulin. Now a cleaver automatically starts with a base chance to behead something. But you can actually add an ender pearl with an obsidian block to give yourself an additional 10% chance to behead something. So this sword currently is up to a 60% beheading chance. And the more I use it and level it up, there's going to be more add-ons that I can put on there. But that's how I've begun farming zombie heads. We got our first Enderman head. We actually got 2 of those. Some creepers, some skeleton, and of course we have a bunch of my heads as well. So right over here, we still have this guy set up, right? That is for Z logic circuits, right? And we're going to need one of those for the crafter. That's going to take some solarium. Now I had some solarium. I don't know what I did with it. I've lost it. I don't think it's on the wall anywhere right now. But if you remember, solarium is not very difficult to make. So we can come in here. Silicon also, I think we have some. Let me check that right quick. Silicon is right here. So there's 2 silicon. And then the solarium is simply a matter of solarium essence or soul sand and gold. Now anytime we see the induction smelter, almost always if it goes in an induction smelter, it can also be done somewhere else. And we're going to talk about that right now. Well, you've seen me do it before actually. There's no reason really to talk about it. It can be done in an alloy smelter, right? So that's cool. Let's just throw this stuff out. Why did the string and stuff not get put away? Anyways, 1, 2, 1. I need soul sand. What have I done with soul sand? I know I have soul sand. Just don't remember where I've put it. Right there. 1, 2. Alright, so let's take these. Let's pop up here to the alloy smelter right quick. Toss these bad boys in. Bam and bam. We'll melt that down. And I do want to also probably get some capacitors made soon to speed the production of this machine up. It takes too long to do anything with it. It's kind of annoying. Let's grab the silicon while we wait. 1, 2. We'll get this Z logic controller made. Now what else do I need for this? Some iron and some crafting tables. There's a better crafter, and we're going to make these crafters as well. Crafter tier 1. This requires some electrotine alloy, some compressed crafting tables, and the machine frame. The machine frame is why I'm not making it yet, because we need Enderium ingots, machine base, which are platinum ingots with rock wool, and a hardened machine frame. I don't want to make that just yet. I'm going to be making those soon, but we're going to try this Ender IO crafter first, because I like Ender IO, and I don't think I've ever used the Ender IO crafter in the past. So we'll see how that goes before we get started, or before we try the other one. Now I know that we're getting a little long on the episode here, so that's okay. We got some solarium right here. Let's go check on how much mana we've got going on here. Where's my wand? Seriously, where's my wand? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. All right, we're getting some. Not a lot, but we're getting some. We're going to switch over to nighttime soon. We want to go in here. We want to put this and this along with this, and then this and this, and we need a piece of redstone. And then this machine has some power left stored in it right now. And there we go. We got ourselves a Z logic controller. Cool. So from that, we now need a crafting table, some iron ingots, and the chassis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be able to craft the crafting table right here. So we'll put that in there. This here. Run our ingots around. We'll just hop on over and grab this bad boy. I did not mean to throw that stick out. And there's a crafter. All right, let's see what the speed on this crafter looks like. I don't remember having used one of these in the past, so this could be interesting. So we're going to stick this on here. So it's powering up, and I think what we want to do is let's just grab a thing of wheat right quick. I think we just want to put this like here. There, yeah, that's what I want. All right, so that's what I want. So let's tell this guy to insert into this. So there we go, we're getting wheat. It's crafting at a much faster speed at least than those guys, so that's good. So let's grab ourselves a piece of item conduit. So yeah, that looks to be a much faster crafter than what I was using previously. We just need to pull out of it now. And we'll pull out of it from right here. Extract, there we go. All right, so this guy is making it. I have the ability to put capacitors in here, and let's just take a look at how long it takes this dude to build up. So it makes one about every second to second and a half. These guys take a life age to make one. So this one crafter, I have a feeling, can outperform all of these. So we'll leave them in place right now because we don't have anything else to do with them. I'll use them for something else later. But this is going to be help our power system to make sure that we don't run out of flour anytime soon. Because these guys were just barely keeping up with that before. So now I've got something that's a little bit more powerful for doing automated crafting. And I'm probably going to make some more of these if I don't switch directly over to this first. And there are several other things in RF tools that we're going to be looking at very soon. All right, let's go grab a piece of glowstone again. In fact, come here, my friend. I have been waiting for you. Boom. There's 4 glowstone. I'll take it. All right, we're good. We're finally going to get this. So we'll toss this in there. Boom, we get back a mana powder. That quick, that easy. We've used up what mana is available to us. That sucked, but you know, such is life. Let's fill our bucket up here. And we want to use this along with the other materials. What were they? Let's take a look. Generating flora, endoflame. We're going to need red, brown, and was that light gray? Light gray. All right, red, brown, and light gray. So here's light gray. Here's brown. And then a couple of red. Or was it a couple of brown? I don't remember. We're about to find out. That was a couple of brown. I may need to make some more brown seeds, huh? Do I have any more? Nope. We're gonna have to grow a brown right quick. Do I have sticks on me? Crops? I do. Get some lovely fertilizer. I'll just grow this bad mamma jamma right here. So if you're needing them, obviously, you can grow them up and then just blitz out the petals you need. Getting 4 at a time would be much nicer, but I haven't taken the time to cultivate that seed yet. So 1, 2, and then let's get one more light gray. Do I have another light gray petal? Yeah, dude, perfect, perfect. So I usually try to make more than one of these as soon as I can, but obviously our holdup right now is going to be the mana powder itself. Okay, so there's all of that. Mana powder and the light gray. Is that light gray or white? Light gray, red, brown, brown, metal. Okay. That looks like it's supposed to be everything, but it's not working. Telling me no, absolutely not. What did I mess up on, guys? Hold on, let's pull this out. All right, we got light. Was it gray or light gray? Did I mess that up? Light gray, okay. Red, brown. I wonder if this flower is disabled in this mod pack. It might be. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me to make it more difficult. Endo. That was the recipe from the book. Let's see what the recipe here shows. Ah, yes. See, they've changed the recipe. The book doesn't reflect this. For this, we need a rune of greed. And a rune of greed takes a mana diamond, a rune of spring, and a rune of water. A rune of water takes a mana steel ingot, mana powder, bone meal, sugarcane, and fishing rod. We can get all of this right now. We just need to get to that. The rune of spring requires saplings, wheat, another rune of water, and a rune of fire, which is we can also get to all of this. That's not too difficult. So they've changed that recipe. We're not going to have time to get to all of that right now. That's just not going to happen. What we can do is real quick as the next step. So basically what I'm getting at is I'm going to be dependent upon these passive power generators for right now. So I'm going to need to make a bunch of these to get my mana supply started. And then once my mana supply is started, I can kind of start doing these things through the runic altar. So real quick, let's talk about the runic altar. It works very similar to what we've worked with so far, but we're going to want either a mana pearl or a mana diamond with living rock to make our runic altar. And it's going to require a significant amount of power, or mana in this case, but you're going to hear me call mana power. So let's grab an ender pearl right quick. And you can see we're nowhere near ready to do that, but let's come in here real quick. Let's take a look. So for this, you can see it needs to get to this notch, right? And that's where we're at. We're nowhere near it. And right now there's only 2 flowers producing power for us in the form of these nightshades. They may make us build up through other flowers to be able to get to this. Let's see if there are any others. Yeah, those are very difficult to produce. I don't know if they've made any of the others easier. So this one actually shows that the Gormarilis requires the Rune of Spring and Rune of Fire. Those runes are easier to do, and it's going to kind of be similar to a culinary engine, right? It's going to consume food to make things. Light gray, yellow. We would need this much mana produced, as well as having, to get the ring of or the Rune of Summer, we would need 2 other runes. So we're going to have to consume a significant amount of petals via passive mana generation to build this up to be able to be ready to do the other things. So that's what I'm going to be working on offline, is getting enough mana into one of these mana pools via passive mana generation to actually start crafting some of this other stuff that we need. But we have an introduction to Betania. We've got ourselves our automatic crafter right now. I showed you guys my new beheading sword. I showed you guys, the mana system, how we got all the flowers. So you should have a good idea now of how to at least get started within Betania. The idea behind Betania is it's kind of, some people want to call it magic, some people want to call it tech. The mod author themselves says it's a tech mod. It's just using the theme of nature and flowers as its power production and machinery. But Betania is a lot of fun. There's going to be some really cool stuff that comes out of it once we can get it going. But at this point, you see how to start, how to make things. You see how to make power. You can see how we move power. You can see how we store power and how we're going to interact with that power that we have stored. This is the basic principles of Betania, okay? So with that, guys, I think we're going to call it Dunskies. Like I said, I appreciate the comments that I've gotten recently, and I appreciated having the higher view count. That's very awesome. As always, if you've liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it or want to know when I've got other things uploaded, click that subscribe and the bell icons, and you'll get notifications for when I have things going on for you. I'm probably going to be setting my Discord back up and throwing an invite into the description. So feel free to join my Discord, and you'll get notifications of any time that I am streaming or recording via Discord as well. Other than that, you guys be good to one another. I'll catch you next time. Laters.